steamers of its time that crashed in the Missouri more than a century ago. But if boaters disturb the site, the boat's identity could remain a mystery.
Wrecks are fragile things, and each time they become exposed, they become more fragile. And then to compound that issue with people jumping and climbing on it and taking pieces or whatever, that just makes it all the more fragile and more likely to disappear faster.
The state will be patrolling the general area close to the wreckage. River levels permitting, scientists may be able to identify the steamboat in a month or two. And coming up at 10, we'll show you some of the pieces to this historical puzzle. Matt and Lori, back to you.
Okay, we'll look forward to that. Thank you, Ryan News.
Well, done a lot of shipwrecks.
A foot patrol winding from society into nature.
We're not going to pull the boat out. All we're going to do is study it.
Archaeologist Steve Dasovich taking us along to see history. The wreckage of this steamboat, possibly the Montana.
The Montana was a packet boat. It carried cargo and people.
One of the largest of its time that wrecked in the Missouri River more than a century ago.
The Missouri River was the main highway for westward expansion.
This is part of the hull.
That's actually part of the paddle wheel itself.
And this, most likely a boat support.
That's probably artificially bent toward shore.
These are most likely beams that held together the main deck. All of them pieces to a puzzle, pieces vulnerable to both nature and man. You see, tomorrow, President's Day, a typically big boating day when the weather is warm.
People come out and start moving things, breaking pieces off. That affects the integrity of this historical site. And then that makes it more difficult for us to get precise measurements on portions of the boat that would allow us to give a precise identification.
That's why Dasovich is asking people to look and not touch.
It's great. It's a fantastic family thing to come and look at. It's a piece of our history. It's a piece of this country's history and westward expansion, if you will. They just don't need to be standing on it.
If boaters get the message, Dasovich says he'll be one step closer to putting a name on the boat.
The same old adage, you don't go climbing on the Daniel Boone home, and so don't go climbing on the wrecks.
Ryan News, News 4, St. Louis.